But what is the purpose for God to raise men and women on this platform? There must be a purpose. Because when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse, we are told, becomes inevitable. And I'd like you to listen very carefully, because this is perhaps what you need to know. Change. Your look will change. The way you speak will change. The way you dress will change. Number one here I have is to be blessed, and in turn to be a blessing. That's why the proof of being an economic giant is to give. And I pray in the name of Jesus Christ today, the grace to be a giver indeed, a covenant practitioner indeed, is released upon everyone here today in the name of Jesus Christ. Number two, to be an ambassador of Christ. That means by the happening of God in your life, you become an ambassador of Christ everywhere you are found. So number one, you are blessed to be a blessing. And number two, to be a worthy ambassador of Christ. And number three, to draw multitudes into the kingdom. Zechariah chapter 8 verse 20 to 23. He says, it shall come to pass in that day. He said, 10 men shall hold a sketch of him who is a member of the AMP. Praise the Lord. And then he said, hey, I love the God you are serving. It is safer when the blessing is in your hand than in the blessing of one who doesn't have Christ. Somebody asked me one day, that, sir, I understand that you're a billionaire. I said, yes, you are correct. He said, what does that mean? I said, well, it is safer if the billions in our hands than if the billions in the hand of a Boko Haram. Is that not correct? We won't buy bomb to blow anybody away. All we do is to use the resources to be a blessing to mankind. I always testify to people here that I gave my way up. Giving is the easiest thing that I do. And why are we doing that? To draw multitude into the kingdom. Number four, to promote his kingdom here on earth. To promote his kingdom on earth. That's why here we are primarily kingdom promoters. So, promoting the kingdom of God on earth through the blessing upon your life is one of the reasons why God wants to raise you a giant. So if you're committed to promote his kingdom, then God will raise you as a giant. And number five here I said, to show forth his light. You remember in Matthew chapter 5 and verse 13 to 16, he said, you are the light of the world. Recently, I think I shared a testimony of an email inviting me among many speakers in an event in Singapore. That event is happening some few weeks now. As I speak to you, we are processing this visa to be in Singapore. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. All I needed to do was to understand that when God says it, God means it. And lastly, why is God raising you as a giant? Number 6, he has to establish his covenant. You remember in Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18, God's word says, don't forget that God is the one that's blessing you, that is giving you all of these, because what is the one that gives us power to get the wealth. And why? To establish his covenant. Our future is guaranteed to the extent that we practice what God says we should do. For example, what about the covenant? Number 1, you must be a tither. Number 2, you must be a man who understands that every time you appear before God, there must be something in your hand as a gift. We call it an offering before God. As a covenant, you must understand that you owe your parents honor and dignity 24/7, because the power is in the covenant. As a man of the covenant or woman of the covenant, you must live your life with integrity. If you are faithful in little, God said, I will commit much into your hand. Somebody asked me, one of my young protege asked me recently and said, sir, what is the secret of your life? And I said, anything that honors God is what I honor. If you remove God, I remove my hand from it. I always say here that men who God has raised in here must conquer 3 things. And let me say this as a reminder again today. Number 1 thing you must conquer is money. Money must not be a concern to you. But how do I maximize this covenant platform? Number 1, believe it. Until when you believe it, you can't become it. And after you believe it, number 2, you embrace it. Now, what you mean embracing it? You just receive it in your heart. You know, God's word was speaking in John chapter 1. He said, to them that receive, to them what? Become the sons of God. For them, I don't think small. If you give me a project, all I want to do is how to make that project great. I don't think small. That is, I have embraced greatness as a lifestyle. So your business, let me admonish you, stop thinking small. Praise the Lord. Number 3 thing, what do you do to maximize the move? You speak it. Moses went to Pharaoh many times, and guess what happened after everything? Pharaoh said, go as you have said. Now imagine you never said anything. Your speaking is a function that you believe in. Number 4, run with it. Every time you see the word run, that's vision. And as you run with it, God will release your hand a blessing to make it a reality. So today you will hear your own word and you will testify in the name of Jesus Christ. Number 5, take steps in line with it. That means you take action to match what you have heard. Everything God spoke to you, just relax. Keep taking steps. Keep believing God. and very shortly you will testify. Now, number 6 here, to maximize the move, you must keep the right company. 5. We have enumerated covenant steps that you and I need to be taking. If you take those steps with delight, then you have conquered. And the true test of a conquered who has conquered money is giving, because you can't give what is still under your belt. Number 2 thing you must conquer is you must conquer sleep, for example. And of course, one of the things that you must conquer is time. Now, what we are doing here at the EMP is practicing the covenant. And then number 6 was keep the right company, because the company you keep determines what accompanies you, the kind of experience that you have. And then number 6 was keep the right company, because the company you keep determines what accompanies you, the company you keep determines the kind of experience that you have. And lastly here, which is where we are going today, celebrate the privilege of seeing the days. Let me close by saying that when God speaks to you on any matter, and you believe it, and you embrace it, and you take steps to match, and you celebrate it, no devil can stop you. In case you are wondering, check our little life. Now, where you are, I'd like you to just raise up your hand up to heaven and just say, Lord, give me a brand new heart today. Your story will change in the name of Jesus Christ.